So I feel pretty good about the long-term ownership prospect of this one, but obviously that price is that's a big barrier.
It's hefty, but there's also a $355 extra upgrade. I have to show you. Tell me if you think this is worth $355. There's an umbrella holder under the seat that is just a little cubby. Yes, that is $355 extra just for that to hold your umbrella.
Well, it comes with a warning sticker on it, so.
Okay, good.
Interesting.
What
All
would a warning sticker say? Oh,
I don't know, but I'm happy that you're reading it.
Welcome to April's Garage, the greatest automotive channel in all of YouTube land. And this is the brand new redesigned 2025 QX80. Now, the price tag is a little hefty, $116,000, but it's fully loaded. Now, they haven't had a redesign since 2010, which is very long overdue.
Whoa, hold on there. I was very, very nervous about this because the QX80 was sort of the last of the dinosaurs, that old school V8 based on the Nissan Patrol, so like a frame-on body, like a literal old dinosaur that so many other automakers have sort of evolved their dinosaurs into like way too complicated mechanical dinosaurs, you know, bionic and turbos and things. So yeah, when I saw that they were doing this, I was very, very worried, but so far I'm pretty impressed.
It looks really good, but it's not this like radical, crazy redesign, I feel like. It looks
right.
Very similar still.
Yes, it is an evolution, and yes, it does have a twin-turbo V6 instead of the old tried-and-true V8, but when I started it up, it made VQ noises, which is the old Nissan engine of big Altima Energy or the G35s that everybody does like street takeovers with, just with a couple of little turbos on it. So I heard that and I was like, okay, we're still mostly kicking it old school. So yeah, I'm really happy.
Okay, let's give you a tour.
But yes, you did open with that very spicy MSRP.
Right.
We did it at the same time.
That's a lot.
$116,255, but it is the Autograph four-wheel drive. All the stuff, I think they start out in the 80s now. These have always been a little bit cheaper than, say, an Escalade or a Lincoln Navigator, a good value proposition, or like the Lexus GX550, LX550, and you get, well, it's big.
It's big. Is it going to be the Escalade killer, perhaps?
Oh, don't say that. No. I don't know. But the redesign is pretty schmancy. It doesn't look like a basic Nissan Patrol. The Autograph badge on the back.
A little Infiniti marker right there, a little Easter egg. I like the two-tone, but everyone's doing this where the black roof and the body color here and this divided windows, like it looks like it's kind of two separate pieces stuck together. That's the trend, right? That's what everyone's doing.
I think the prettiest part of the redesign is the rear light bar, though. It is...
There's all these piano keys.
I'm trying to get it to go on, but let me flip the switch to turn it on. There. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that's really gorgeous. And they didn't do that on the front. They didn't go all the way across with a light bar, just on the back here. And it looks very pretty and distinguished. You got Infiniti going across the back. I wonder, does that open it?
Yes. Ooh. And it has the kicker as well.
What's the kicker?
The kick to open close.
Oh.
Yes.
I would like kick cars as you're going by if you don't like them or something.
Right. A stow and go cooler.
But check.
And floor mats that have, now this is very 90s Infiniti, where they have the carpet sort of with the pattern. It's sort of like the carpet we picked for the upstairs of the house, I think, right?
No, actually not at all. But here, check this out. This actually lowers the air ride.
Correct. In the back.
In the back. Well, it's not on right now, so it's not working. But
and power folding for the seats.
Does the Escalade have that?
I think it does. I think, well, not my 2005.
It doesn't have, I don't think it has the automatic fold up after. I think you have to manually pull them up.
I think you're right. That is very cool.
Look at all that room.
I know.
This is fantastic. You could sleep in there. This is like, it like lays out like a bed.
Back up it goes.
Oh, this is that's perfect. Okay, I'm liking this.
Did you notice the chrome has a little bit of a blackness to it?
That's
the wrong word. Oh yeah, sorry.
Smoked chrome, would you say? Maybe?
Smoked chrome. That sounds a little bit better than what I said. Yeah,
that's definitely a little bit better. They're flush handles, but when you have the key on you, these handles will pop out.
Right, a la Tesla.
Very roomy back here. You got heated and cooled seats.
And power, big recline.
I don't think they're massaging back here.
No, but they are up front,
You
and
have
I
your own-
can't wait to try them.
You're still banned from massage seats. Gosh, there's so much room that you have your own like iPad right here.
Oh,
Ventilated, heated seats, climate adjustable, on a touch screen in the back seat.
Right.
This is the future. There's a lot of room back here, even in like the way back.
oh, of course you're going way back there.
Oh, they got heated seats back here.
In the third row.
Ooh, this is comfortable.
So now luxury is all about tech.
Yeah.
And the Japanese, I feel like they're the ones doing it first with all the funny little gimmicks and things. I think it was Toyota Lexus that did the air vents that sort of oscillate, you know, back and
yeah.
forth and stuff like that. So the Japanese, they're very good at putting tech into things. Oh, you can see the autograph inscription there. It must be special leather for the autograph because this feels very soft, very high end.
You would say a supple.
Oh, okay.
Supple leather.
Supple.
It's gorgeous. It's like a velvet top up here too.
And lots and lots and lots of speakers. In the ceiling, in the doors, all over the place.
Okay, it's a little tricky to get out of the back seat.
I think you can fold the seat down. You're doing it the 4-year-old child way of climbing
I'm
into the
getting
car.
it fold the April down and get out.
Okay. So yeah, I don't think that they went crazy with the redesign to make it look radically different. I had a 2012
Yeah.
and I loved it. I used it to tow a car trek car to Las Vegas for the second car trek in
Right.
like full COVID shutdown. Vegas was cleaned out. It was so weird.
What
But
car
that
did
was
you tow with it?
my Mercedes CL65 that I probably should have driven out there.
Yeah.
But I didn't want anything to go wrong and that ruined the trek, so I towed it out there.
It's probably
and
smart.
It was a great tow pig. The nose is, whoa. Yeah, that's cool.
The nose is big. You got sort of kind of that split line grille. I guess this is a new updated version. It's like a 3D lighted logo Infiniti has.
Does look very nice. So I guess the headlights are these. This is just sort of decoration.
Right.
And that's, yeah, oh, that's bright. Okay.
And then there's like this like pass through, this air pass through all the way. I don't know if my hand fits all the way on the other side. It's just
I see it.
completely.
We can touch hands.
Here.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think this is? Is this necessary? Is this really going to help aerodynamics?
I think it's good for brake cooling. I'm not sure.
Really? Brake cooling? 'Cause it doesn't go in
I guess
anywhere.
it goes into the wheels.
Yeah.
It's trying.
It's trying. I guess it does a little something.
And I'm actually seeing the engine here on the side. I think I'm making out a turbo above the upper control arm. That's very interesting. I wonder what this wire is. It's bright orange, but we can pop the hood because even though it is an all new engine for these, it does feel like home with the V6, 2 little turbos. So you kind of got a GTR, I suppose. Not really, but
Yeah.
kind of. And yeah, these mandatory covers for the direct injection to keep that quiet. It's still pretty loud with the direct injection, but
So why do you think a lot of people are moving down to V6 rather than V8?
well, it's emission mandates and higher MPG, and you
Yeah.
can get the same power out of them. And Toyota's really struggled because they've completely redone the engines. They're very high-strung, high-stressed V6s and 4 cylinders in the Tacomas and the Tundras and all the luxury versions, and haven't been doing very well with those.
Right.
The fact that they evolved the old VQ that everybody's beat on and annihilated, just put 2 little turbos on it, makes me feel good about the longevity of it. And this is a Nissan product at its core, so it's a Nissan Patrol basis. And I feel like the only like cheap truck that you can buy now and go to 250,000 miles is probably the Nissan Frontier because it still has that old school V6 under the hood.
Right.
So I feel pretty good about the long-term ownership prospect of this one, but obviously that price is that's a big barrier.
It's hefty,
Yeah.
but there's also a $355 extra dollar upgrade. I have to show you. Right this way. Tell me if you think this is worth $355. There's an umbrella holder under the seat that is just a little
This?
cubby. Yes, that is $355 extra just for that to hold your umbrella.
Well, it comes with a warning sticker on it, so
Okay, good.
interesting.
What
All
would,
right.
what would a warning sticker say? Oh,
I don't
can't
know,
read
but I'm
that.
happy that you're reading it.
Oh my God, yeah, don't place small children in there is pretty much what it says. I think it's cool. They got some little fun side vents on here. I'm ready for a ride. What about you?
Absolutely, it's April's garage, so you're driving as usual. Let's take her out to see Miss Murdoch. Hey, Doc. And a big thanks to Eddie's Volkswagen Infiniti for loaning us the Infiniti QX80. You can see their wild inventory online. Cool buildings as well. Love the architecture of the Infiniti building. Oh, it's schmancy.
Sure is. I love, obviously they all have these screens, but it almost looks like there's two screens.
Yes.
Divided, where like the Lyric and the Escalade are just that one massive screen that goes across. And you also got your own here.
Screens on screens. Yes, go ahead and start it up.
Starting it up.
VQ noises.
Ooh, okay. That I like that
Lovely.
it's not too much. It's not this huge like spacious scene. It's just a little flair, right?
Right. Yep. Lots and lots of screens.
Welcome, driver.
Climate control. I mean, this is pretty much standard if you're wanting to sell something for 6 figures in the big SUV world. You got to have all this. But the design, it has this flowing sort of, I don't know, paintbrush. It's lit as well. It lights
Yeah,
up.
it's backlit. It's really cool. Did you see the speakers back here?
Oh.
These are actually metal, and if you get a phone call, it'll come through right here, but then the music will stay on for everyone else.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Metal speaker headrests, which
Right?
that might be a first.
I wonder if that gets hot, and then all of a sudden it's like radiating heat.
Well, it does have that sensor, right? I did read that thing.
Yeah, there's biometric sensing to sense if you're hot or cold. And so I guess there's like the sensing in the headliner, and it like scans your body temperature, like an infrared scan to see if your temperature needs to be adjusted or not.
I'm not sure I want my car to scan me while I'm driving, like a tricorder. Interesting, yeah.
Exactly.
Huh.
But I kind of like that because we have different temperatures, you know?
I
so it's going to
suppose.
keep me...
I always run hot when I'm around you.
Well, I mean, like, that's the biggest sacrifice I feel like I made coming here is you like to sleep at a really high temperature. Like, you're at like 74, okay? He sets the
73,
the thermostat to 74. And I'm 68, right? And so I sacrifice a lot because I'll come up to 72 for you.
No, we
Yeah.
sleep at 70 instead of 74, and you're at 68, so the compromise goes more towards you.
But I wish our bed or our bedroom was like this car and it could sense our temperature.
I suppose.
And that would make me so much happier.
Yes,
Ready?
I suppose. The Infiniti Titanic, easy push button controls. There's no confusing that.
It's so perfect, and
Yeah.
it's simple, and it's easy.
Easy.
Anyone can get in and figure it out. I love it. Like, I'm always driving rental cars, and you always have to kind of figure out where everything is and how everything works. This
Right.
one's like get in and go right away.
Push as a button. Good cameras. Excellent cameras, actually, because of the big screen. But you know what I'm going to start looking for here. Is it down in this? No.
You're not allowed to do the massage
I'm going to find
seating.
it. I'm going to find it while you're pulling out. I was looking through the screens, but then I think I found it right here. See what that does.
Oh, no.
Maybe?
Hopefully your side got disabled.
Ah, there it is. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes. And just... Oh, okay. Intensity and speed is already at full blast. Yeah, there you
Oh
go.
my gosh.
So it's just like a lumbar massage, I suppose. It's not anything too crazy, not a little electric motor fingers, you know, feeling like things in the
Japanese
seat.
fingers in the seats. is
Whoa,
what you're
look!
talking
Cool box.
about. It is really, you could fit like a 6-pack
It's
of whatever you want right there.
It has its own blower, putting air-conditioned air in the box. That is awesome.
Cup holders,
Yes.
storage, wireless charging, 2 USB, well,
All
not
the
USB,
things.
C ports.
Adjustable air suspension, which is great.
Ooh.
She's got it all, but she's got it all in sort of an old school way. Screens aside, pretty much everything has literal buttons for the important stuff. And yeah, I don't feel like this is a massive, massive leap from a 2010 where if somebody were loving that era of sort of old school Japanese SUV, they would be happy with this.
Right.
So let's take her out, huh? You were going for, I
was.
know. Get used to the button.
It's nice, there's a heads-up display. The steering wheel's really big. Like, does it need to be this big? I guess a lot of new cars are doing smaller.
Right,
Which
especially with the electric power steering. Hang
way
right,
do we go?
yeah. And floor it. Let's hear those VQ noises.
Okay. There we go.
Big Ultima energy right there.
It is big Ultima energy.
So someday someone can cut the exhaust off of that and it would sound almost just like an Infiniti G35 that someone's hooning in a parking lot at 2 in the morning.
It's comfortable. You could feel how heavy it is, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like it kind of like throws you back, but you need a lot of power to get this car going.
Right. And it does have an autopilot for areas that are mapped, kind of like GM Super Cruise. But this isn't a road that's mapped, so we can't use it. I thought it was funny that they did the knob sort of an angle to match the angle of your thumb rather than straight up and down like most people. So that's a nice ergonomic touch.
That's really cool. I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you pointed that out.
Mm-hmm.
We got the full panoramic.
Yeah, keeps going all the way
sunroof.
back. I gotta say, I'm a fan.
Yeah, this is really cool. But it feels really big.
Yes.
If that makes sense. I'd be kind of nervous to take it around the city.
Yes.
Because you're not going to find parking. You're not going to get in and out agile. Like, look at the humps.
Well, yeah, she's kind of got the beluga whale thing still
Right.
going. Like I said, it's old school. It feels like my 2012 in all the right ways, updated in all of the right ways. That price, $116,000, it is lower than the fully loaded Escalade that we drove, than
Right.
the fully loaded Navigator that we drove by a lot. I feel like this is going to be a new world of leasing when it comes to these SUVs, because I think they over allow on the residual value after a 3-year lease to where that's the only way it makes sense. Kind of like the new Lyrics where they depreciate heavily. I imagine these will too, to where they're great values used, but you buy new, I imagine you lease it. And with all the quality issues that Lexus and Toyota are having, I think this is the safer bet.
Right. But with like all the SUVs, right, in this kind of competitor area, the full size, what do you think is going to be able to take the most miles? Because you love buying cars that have like 200,000-300,000 miles on it. Like, which one do you think can last?
Unfortunately, like the Escalade has that cylinder deactivation 6.2 liter that's very complicated. And as they get into hoopty status and people stretch out the oil changes, the motors die on those.
Yeah.
Transmission's not very strong either. Ford's okay. That EcoBoost V6, pretty darn good.
Right.
So I'd say that one's okay, pretty safe choice. Yeah, Toyota, it's not looking good for Toyota Lexus. We'll see long term, but early on, it's rough. So I think this is a really good choice for that. As far as 5 years down the road, you're buying a used, that's not bad. You're buying a used one for, 40-ish.
Yeah.
And you're hoping that it's going to last you 10 years or 200,000 miles. This is probably the smart choice.
It's interesting you said people stretch out the oil changes as the cars get older.
Yes.
But like, honestly, does it really make a big deal?
Oh, absolutely. Especially on these complicated engines that have the turbos, the cylinder deactivation, a lot of little lines and valves and things that could get all gummed up, and then it's really game over. Like I forgot the Jeep Grand Wagoneer. They're braking as they come off the truck. It's terrible with
Right.
those, and they're more expensive than this fully loaded, the Grand Wagoneer. So, $116,000. It's a lot of money, but this is the value proposition. It's such a weird world that we live in, where this is the value proposition.
Yeah. No, it is weird, and it's not as, I would say, like high end as the high range Escalade, but it's practical, it's great, and it has massaging seats.
It does, yes. And I haven't done anything or said anything inappropriate as I was getting massaged, so I am growing up a little bit. April, it was a lot of coaching. Thank you so much for watching.